Hi, so the three videos I chose to watch were each about people who fled Cambodia to come to Minnesota. I chose these videos because I wanted to gain a better understanding of the Khmer Rouge and how it affected people in Cambodia at the time. I did learn that it was in power from 1975 to 1979, and it was a communist regime. So the leader of it was Pol Pot. Um, so kind of just the thing that I learned that was kind of common in that time was that people were forced to leave their hometowns and go to work camps, and these work camps were really terrible circumstances. They had very little food and water and were forced to work mostly sunrise to sunset, sometimes through the night. So the first video I watched was by a woman named Channy Sum, and she was about 15 when she was sent to work camp, and she talked about how each day she would only eat about a spoonful of rice. And then I also listened to an interview by Chamroon Tan, and he was sent to a work camp. He was digging irrigation ditches, and he would do that all day long and sometimes through the night. And then the last interview I listened to was by a man named Chuplot, and he was around 40 when the Khmer Rouge took power and was responsible for keeping him and his children alive. And he talked about the stress of trying to find food and water for his children. One of his daughters became really, really ill and luckily survived, but I thought about how throughout all these videos, I think it's often that we hear refugees or immigrants kind of talk about how they were forced to leave their country. And I think that each one of these situations just really taught me that they really are forced to leave. They are given very little choice in if they want to stay or not. And I think it was Channy Sum who said that the interviewer asked her, like, what would the Khmer Rouge have done if you did decide to stay? And she said that they would have killed them. And so I think that's a really kind of an obvious but common theme for all refugees, that if it was up to them, they would stay in their home country, but they are forced to leave. And so that just made me think, like, how can we as Americans be more accepting and loving of these people who had to come here and make this country their new home, which would be a really terrifying and scary thing. So this just really opened my eyes to these people and their resilience and their bravery. So yeah, those are just some of my thoughts.